my beautiful buddies, welcome back to another fantastic video. My name is Kenny and welcome back. It's the end of February and let's go and buy some stuff. So, for my cameras. So you can see some pics that we took over the last few days. Over here we've got my Canon 4000, which is being used, and as you probably saw, I finally got it back. I'm filming it on right now on the 18 to 55 kit lens, and over here was residential on the Pentax K7. Pretty cool. So I thought, let's go on AliExpress and buy some film and another film camera, because we have the MC60, which is my mum's, and the 2890. And let's buy some film for it and try and do some film photography, because when I was taking the picture here, which looks film-like, I thought maybe we should do some film. So I've got the job 2890, and I thought let's buy one for Canon. But first, let's go on AliExpress and buy some cheap film stock to test to see if these cameras work. Cheap film. $35. Let's buy these. Let's buy two. That's two of the cheap stock. Let's go buy that. And we're gonna skip buying these films, and yeah, and test them out once they turn up, and also the camera and some other bits for camera photography. Let's go. Right, so it's been a couple of days, and it's the beginning of March. So some of my parcels turned up. It's the 6th of March. And yeah, here it is. This is my second film camera. I've got two digital cameras for both Canon and Pentax. So I thought, might as well get the Canon to go with my 400. This is the very first Canon. If you give it all focus, probably not on widescreen, but yeah, it's the there you go. Hopefully that will focus. With the Canon EOS 650. Funny thing is, it actually has film in here. But it's black and white, so I'm going to use this film that's in here as a not a test, but just to practice loading. But unfortunately it doesn't have a body cap, so I'll have to buy one of those later on. Because using my Canon 400 one will only work temporarily. But you know. It's one of these days I'll have to take my body cap off. So sooner or later I'll have to take the body cap off, and then I'll have to like put it on the Canon. So this is the Canon EOS 650 with some black and white film in it to practice loading and unloading this camera. So I'm alright like exposing this, because I don't know how long this film's been in it. I bought it for about £7, which is good. The only critical thing about it is that it smells. I don't know why. The camera smells inside. I think the best part about this, which I don't like about the NC60, is that you don't have to worry about accidentally opening up the film door and exposing your film. So that's pretty cool. So I have the Canon film camera to go along with my Pentax digital to go with my 4000. And then we've got some batteries for test for the 650, as batteries are dead. I knew that batteries would be dead because that's what it said on the eBay listing, that the battery was struggling, and it hasn't been tested, so I can actually do a test of the 650. It just needs a few tweaks and it'll be fine. So got some it's nice to just put it in my bag and just shoot some film when I can, if I'm not using my digitals. So to open it, I'll have to try and tweak the battery door. Canon has a weird thing with their battery doors. I don't know what it is. Yeah, that's something that I need to try and glue on, is because the grip just slided off. So I'll have to like glue it or something at some point in the future. So this battery's dead, that's inside here. Someone used the Energizer, which is pretty cheaper than Panasonic. I don't know if I've got it correct. Okay, I think it's supposed to be that way, but don't know. If it's working. I'm supposed to have the battery door closed, maybe? drawer is supposed to be closed. Okay, so minimum focus. Yeah, best part about it is that you don't have to press to open up the film door. Then I think if you just pull the film and then you roll it down into the sprocket, maybe? It's supposed to catch. So it's on frame 1 at the moment. So the film's saying frame 1. I don't know if it's saying, look, showing you. Actually, I don't really need my filter on. Let me take that off. Right, so let's take my filter off and show you the frames it's on. So if you can see that, which I don't know if you can. But it's saying 1. No, you can't really see it, but it is saying 1. So it's quite a slow. So this is supposed to be a 20EXP film. So it is quite slow. It is working correctly. So we're on 11 now. So that's 13. Let's go to 15. So that's 15 now. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So there's supposed to be 5 more in this row. It re-rolled it at 18. Meaning that someone's taking two pictures. That's interesting. So it does work, but we don't know if we've got any light seal leaks or anything until we test the actual film and then process it. But we don't. I'm not using this because I don't know how long this has actually been inside this camera. And that actually moves us on to a different product. So we're not going to use this film. We're going to use this film to test, make sure the motors on any of our cameras actually work. So here's a package. I've just opened it up, and it is one of the films that we ordered. So it's actually one of the films. And this one will be in the Canon. So this will be the Canon one. And the weirdest thing is, even though I ordered 2 8s, this one is saying it's set as 18 exposures, which is interesting. That it's saying 18. ISO 400. I'll probably put this in the fridge. Even though it's quite cool in here and it's not really too warm. And it's pretty well protected in here. And yeah, and this one will be in the Canon camera. I don't actually put it down. It's fine. Oh, it's on the side. So that one will be inside the Canon. And what else have we got? And that also moves us into our second product. Well, is this for film, since we got it, and this is a film retriever. I'm not going to use it on the one that's, actually we probably need to use it on this because I need to get the lever out. I actually already tested it on the stud. So what that happens is that you just put it on here, rest it, and then you feed, try to feed the where you rest it, and then feed the supposed to like go into the So I managed to get the film out, which is great. Off camera, all I needed to do was quite fiddly. But doing it left-handed, I think I got the one that's left-handed, not the one. That was an audible click, and okay, didn't work, but that's how you're supposed to do it, and I'm alright with not having that in there, but we've got other things to do. Now, this is something I always wanted. Now, what this is a light. Thing is, we could use a flash, but the flash is just a bit meh. So I've got one of these, which is absolutely fantastic. Just want to, which will light the scene, and it can go on the hot shoe of your camera. Let's say I've got my Pentax, and I'm going to take some nighttime scenes. So this goes on, and it should do that. So now I can just, it lights up my scene, and then I can go as bright as I want. Which, if you're doing nighttime scenes, you probably want to put it to max. So that's pretty cool. And also you can tone it down, and this just makes it softer depending on makes it more like a golden colour. It should keep everything focused now. And that's just changing colour. So that's a more blue tone, if you need it blue. And it just cycles through all the colours. So like a pink, not sure when you will want to use pink. Maybe if you're just trying to do some interesting things. And right at the bottom you have yellow, you've got pink, down. And as you've got your thing, you've got red, which will be pretty cool. Shoot. So if I take my off, and it's like really dark, I can just light myself with red light if I wanted to. That's pretty cool. Like the scene with red light. If I wanted to, I can do the rest of this video in red light. So now I can just light my scene as you do, and it's actually pretty cool. So this is it, pretty much lit up by the light source. It's probably good. Better, probably slightly better than using a flash, I'll probably say. So that's the spool. This is something I probably should need more than this, but I'm just using CAF again, K&F. That's the light's not coming from K&F, it's just a normal light. I mean, I could get the light from K&F, but this is not the most easy thing to do in the world. Opening these bloody packages. I mean, we've got lens filters and all of that, but it's not interesting as such. It's just a body and lens cap for the Pentax lens. So we've got two. I wanted to keep one just in case. So, thing is, this lens doesn't have a cap, so it's body cap, not. Oh, it's not even a lens cap, it's a body cap. This one, lens cap. Nope, body cap again. I didn't know why I bought a body cap. I mean, it did say body. I thought it said lens and body, so I'm not sure exactly why it said that, but hopefully it should keep the bottom of the lens thing, but leave that. That's for the body, which I don't know why I would need one, because I've got a Pentax one. Well, that bloody sucks. But at least I've got one for the bottom bit of this lens. I mean, I could theoretically store it like that. Got this. So I've got these, which will be handy. So what they are, it's just little hooks that will go on the camera body. And the clip. So when you, because I've only got two holders, so if were to, well, so pop it in. Well, it's supposed to like go in, and this was a clip, and then that I can then undo and take the holder off and then put it on the tripod. So these are pretty cool. So give me a sec when I put it on. Actually, I can just do it now. What different colours? I'm going to put the grey because it looks kind of cool. Much better on the Pentax. I can buy more of these. They look right, so yeah, we shot our first roll of film. Haven't yet processed it on the Canon. We need a better lens because this one is absolute shite. Okay, it's decent, but unfortunately you get a lot of purple fringing with this lens. But yeah, shot of Robin on my 4000D, which I'm recording on now with this lens, and there was a lot of purple fringing that I need to edit out. It's alright-ish, but we lost a lot of colour, including the red. But it's alright. I mean, I could shoot a better Robin at some point. But I love this camera. I don't know what the pictures look like because I haven't yet processed them. It's an alright camera. Unfortunately, that roll of 18 that I had ended up running out of 10. Shot it at the 7th of March. It's now the 10th. I haven't yet processed it. I will send it off at some point this month if I can get the car back. But at some point I will get a better sort of lens. Probably going to get the Canon's version of the 70 to 300mm to replace this lens and retire it officially, because at very high contrast it's just really terrible. But it's pretty good for landscapes, sort of. If I'm doing it at 75, 300 it's sort of bad. But then we got some new film. I'll be putting this back in the fridge because I won't be shooting it yet. So we got 2 Kodak Golds, which is kind of cool. So we've got 2 Kodak Golds, one for the Canon and one for the Pentax. Then we've got some Ultramax, which is always nice. Then we've got some black and white films. We probably won't shoot that many of these black and white films, but Analog Wonderland gave me these. I've got a film subscription. So 3 black and white films. The Ilford Delta, which is exactly what this film is actually Ilford, but nothing's going to come out of this because it's been exposed to a lot of light. Black and white film, pretty cool. I love black and white film. Actually, I don't that much. I don't know what I'll use black and white film for, but it's pretty decent. Yeah. Apparently you only have to do a ISO 100, but I don't know what I will use Ilford for, to be exact. But they will send me quite a lot of film in the next couple of probably months. Not exactly sure what I will be using the black and white films for, but it's there. I'll probably shoot them eventually if I don't have any colour, but not too bad for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not too bad for like 6 films. Wish I got more colour for Manual Wonderland, but you know, you can't win everything. So far we haven't yet processed any of the film out of the Canon. Is still in my fridge. I will process it at some point. Before then, until I process that first film, all this film will be stuck in the fridge until I'm able to shoot as much film as I possibly can. The best part about it is that no matter what roll you put in, it will register. What roll is actually in it, so I can literally take this roll of film, put it in the Pentax, and it should register. What the settings. Okay, we have some technical issues. There we go. So we've put that in there. It should. Make sure that is ISO 100. Yes, it is. registering it as ISO 100. So that's pretty cool. And then you can actually see that it's got some film in the little glass there. But so it's registering that it's ISO 100. So you can see in the screen there. It's saying 100, which is what the film has to be shot at. But I'm not going to shoot any film till I get the actual test shots done, because I don't want to ruin these films, even though I can get loads more. Don't know what I will use black and white film for, but it's good to have it. And these little pots, I mean, they're good to send off to Analog Wonderland or AG Labs, which is the two that I'll probably be using a lot of. But probably only use black and white if I run out of colour films. For 6 films, not a bad thing. Probably going to use a lot of Kodak Gold in the next coming months. So I'm going to go and put these in the fridge, or back in the fridge. See you in a sec. Right, so I'm going to use a lot of Kodak Gold. We will probably use a heck of a lot of Kodak Gold in the next couple of months with film cameras. But I do probably need to get a better telephoto otherwise. But I don't know what it will look like. I mean, I could probably shoot long distance stuff with the Pentax using one roll instead of using the for now, but we need to go and get some more lenses for the Canons. Pentax is pretty much okay. We've got J890, an 18-55, and pretty much the 7300 from Tamron, which is pretty decent. I haven't yet used it for film, or actually, let me show you that. So yeah, brand new lens from Tamron. This is the 70-300. It's probably going to be a better alternative than the 75-300. So yeah, I'm for shooting with Kodak Gold. And then brand new lens of 70-300 for the Pentax. So showing that on there would be amazing for telephoto. You know, the only lens I have for the film camera is basically the 75-300. We will get more lenses for the Canon. Pentax is pretty much done. I don't really need any other lenses. Canon on the other hand, I need a lot more lenses. Because we only have the 18-55 and 75-300, and also that is a terrible lens with the purple fringing. I want to get the Canon version of this lens. I haven't yet used this one in the field. Can't wait to have this one. So I'm going to put these films back in the fridge and I'll see you soon. Right, it's 12:45, the 11th of March. Just got the second cheap roll of film into the MC60 here. Unfortunately it's ECN2, so that would mean I have to send this to an analog warehouse to process it. So at least I can use this box that the other films came in and send these two rolls of film off when I can. So I'm going to go out, shoot this roll. It's got 8 exposures, so we don't know if it's going to have 8. I'm on the 3rd exposure. So we're going to see how many we've got on here, or if it works. Oh, because ECN2 is got that inkjet or black jet at the end, at the back of it, which is like very black. So it needs like, I will not be shooting ECN2 a lot of the time, but unfortunately I bought the wrong one, and this one says ECN2 at 250. It's not exactly the right conditions for ECN2, but right, so we're going to go out, shoot this at 250 instead of 200. Hopefully that should be enough to, considering it's slightly overcast today, be enough to actually have it come out decent images, I guess. So I'll see you in a bit. Well, that roll didn't go so well. There it is. I mean, well, right. There's 18 film rolls in it, but it did not do so well. It cranked up, as you can see. It's very creased. That's the only issue with cheap film. Is sometimes it goes right and sometimes it doesn't. Fortunately, this film is not usable. I rolled it in there and it just rolled in, and after the 3rd frame where I tried to take a picture of blossoms outside, it cranked up and became a total mess. So we're going to test it with this film Tried forming it up in my hands. So this film is Wolfenstein. This is a black and white film. It's the only time I can probably test these black and white films. And be strategic, really. So I need to reclassify it. Technically it was 8. Now I can just clip away. But the only issue is this one actually goes to 100 ISO, so actually, maybe I can put it to 100. Well, apparently I can put it to 121. So, I don't know. Let's try it. I think it's warm enough. And I can hopefully say it'll be pretty alright. It's the only time I'll test these films. So, let's go then. So, we shot a roll of black and white out of the MZ60. We had a few issues where it just malfunctioned and finished the roll, so that there should be 36 exposures on it. And that's the roll that we shot on the 7th. That's the 11th, and that's the 7th. And we're both going to send these to the analog warehouse and should get them back very soon. So stay tuned for that.